Pentagon officials now admitting every branch of the military is depleted, struggling to meet recruiting goals. The DoD says only 23% of Americans aged 17 to 24 are qualified to serve without a waiver. And only 9% of that small pool has any inclination to serve. So is now a bad time to be loaning our troops to NATO? Joining me now, retired Marine Sergeant, Fox News contributor, Joey Jones, the Triple J.
Yeah.
So what do you think about all this? You see this and you hear the Pentagon saying we're having a really hard time recruiting, and the president's like, let's send a couple 100,000 more to Romania.
You know, I don't know where the win is here other than posturing, which is not a bad military move if it works and it's devised in a plan.
Yeah.
We talk about bringing in Sweden and Finland. I think the real news here is kind of buried, which is to get Turkey on board. We have basically completely left behind any notion that we are aligned with or supporting the Kurds.
Yeah.
And I think that's, maybe as a guy who fought a 20-year war in Afghanistan, I'm still a little bit kind of attached to that war that ended so terribly 6 months or a year ago. Maybe we were already there. I mean, it's basically why Mattis resigned. He felt like we were doing it wrongly. And the Kurds aren't innocent. Nobody's innocent in war. That's, you know,
but they're different kind of Kurds, but the
yeah. So
the Turkish regime really likes to lump the entire group together and
the YPG
calling
in Syria
for their death.
Who fought against ISIS with us, and then there's the PKK that Turkey says is a terrorist organization and has killed civilians. And I don't know how true that is, but I'm sure they're not innocent any more than we are in some of the things we've done. But the idea here is these are two groups that we have held an alliance with up until about a year and a half ago when President Trump did not intervene with Turkey basically annihilating them. And so Finland and Sweden have kind of harbored some of them, probably their money too, and they had to sign a trilateral agreement with Turkey saying, hey, we'll give up supporting them in order to come into NATO. Really what bothers me about this is who's going to be on the hook for putting anything in Sweden or Finland, which Russia has shown no interest in taking or doing anything with. It's going to be us. So how big of a check is it going to cost us to bring them into NATO, and is it really necessary?
Well, even the cost of having, you know, a permanent base in Poland and having
Poland, I think Romania, a couple of countries we're going to put more troops in, and F-35 fighter jets and some counterattack missiles and other billions of dollars worth of stuff.
Yeah, more launching pads in Great Britain too.
Yeah.
So that's all really expensive.
It is expensive.
Like, there were several liberty-minded people for a while talking about maybe downsizing our footprint in Europe, and this is the opposite of that.
You know, all those folks in Alexandria, Northern Virginia, they're just loving this. We're going to cash the checks for the next couple of years to come.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why, you know, it's like when there was housing declines in this country and the economy was contracting, the suburbs around Washington, D.C. were exploding.
Yeah, Tyson's Corner is going to love it. You know, everyone around Langley is going to like it pretty well. But I think the problem I have is where's the strategy? What's the mission? What's the goal? I don't know that this is how you stop Russia from trying to expand, because I don't see Sweden and Finland being where they were looking at next. But I'm also not in the Pentagon. I'm not in the White House. I'm not a policy expert on things at this level.
No, I think that you have an expertise that is...
I see mission creep is what I know of.
It's untouchable. Absolutely right. And that's something we also don't talk about. And that's how we get stuck in places for 20 years.
Exactly. You tell me you're going to go liberate Iraq, and next thing I know, I'm losing my legs in Afghanistan, and I'm like, how did we get here?
Yes.
You know.
And then we get out of Afghanistan, and guys in your position are crestfallen because they're like, this is what I fought for?
It's tough. It's tough. And when we go, really the point that I probably would like to talk about most is the idea that we can't get people into the military. Now, there is a huge drop-off after a war. I mean, that's for sure. But when you look at the situation we're in now, it's not just because people don't want to serve. It's because they can't. It's because we've raised a generation who, in my opinion, spend more time indoors than outdoors and things of that nature.
You know what that means? We look like the people in WALL-E who are just cruising around eating from cups.
When we talk about 1/3 can't join without a waiver, these aren't real complicated things. It's like can't run a mile, can't do a pull-up, or have tattoos on their forehead.
Yes, and you know what? If you were in charge of everything, the world would be a better place. That's why I like talking to you. Joey Jones, thank you, dear.
Thank you.